Hello, I'm going to show you guys how to solve this problem here, or at least to get it started. So if you want to pause and try it on your own after any of the steps that you see, if you're like, okay, that's enough, I'm going to go ahead and try it on my own, then just pause and keep going. But here we go. So we're going to start with distributive property, and I need to distribute this entire 1/2 through to each term. So that's going to give me 1/2 of 7 is 3.5. I'm going to use the decimal rather than 3.5. You really don't want to use mixed numbers when we're solving algebraic equations. So you could use 7/2 or you could use 3.5. All right, 1/2 times 6 gives me 3, and I need to keep this minus in between the two. The other side just stays as it is, 6x minus 8. All right, maybe that's enough to get you going and you could pause here and try the rest on your own. If not, our next step is to get all the x's onto one side and all the numbers onto the other. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this 3.5x. The opposite of positive 3.5 is negative or minus 3.5x. Anything I do to one side, I have to do to the other. And that step, okay, 3.5 minus 3.5 gives me 0. So that goes away. And I'm left with negative 3 equals 2.5x minus 8. Sorry if the writing is a little messy, but I'm trying to keep the video moving quickly. All right, let's see. At this point, if you've been watching the whole thing, could you stop and solve the problem now? Now it's a lot like the problems we saw in 7th grade. It's just a two-step problem. Okay. I need to get all the numbers onto the other side. So I'm going to add 8 and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Anything you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Negative 3 and positive 8 gives me 5. And over on this side, negative 8 and positive 8 give me 0, or minus 8 and plus 8 give me 0. So those go away, and I'm left with 2.5x. Last step. The last step is always the same, well, pretty much always the same, that I'm going to divide by this coefficient here. I'm going to divide by the number in front of x. Because any number divided by itself gives me 1, and I want 1x. Anything I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So 5 over 2.5, you might notice that 2.5 is half of 5. So if I were to simplify this, or you could even do the division on a calculator, you'd see that it's 2. 5 divided by 2.5, it goes in 2 times. And this gives me 1x. So my final solution is x equals 2. You could substitute that number 2 back in to the original equation, and that will help you see that it is, in fact, correct. It gives you a true statement. All right, thanks for watching.